Thank you, Keith. If I can build to 5, it'll be 5-3, won't it? So, morning, conference. What a great pleasure it is to open the Welsh Report today. On Friday, the Prime Minister said that he wants to put Wales at the heart of our national conversation about the future of Britain. Well, conference, as we all know in this room, Labour is woven through the very fabric of Wales. We are the true party of Wales, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So if you're listening, Mr Cameron, pin your ears back and hear what Wales has to say. Because our Wales wants an economy and a politics that provides jobs and security, decent wages and homes, strong and publicly owned public services, workplaces free of fear, with proper rights and representation, a powerful and accountable Welsh Assembly, and an equally powerful voice for Wales at Westminster. And I don't know about the Tories conference, but I don't think that's too much to ask. In fact, in Labour, we believe that government must work to provide those things for everyone in Britain. That belief is what took me and so many of us from Wales to Scotland last week, to campaign for a no vote, and to witness Scotland reject the option to go it alone and choose instead to stand with us, shoulder to shoulder, in the collective fight for our children's future. Conference, what a wonderful, hopeful Labour Day that was. Let us be clear. We didn't campaign to deny the Scottish people a chance to run their own affairs, but to urge them to do so within the family and the framework of the Union. Because for Labour, the Union is not a dusty artefact. It's a living, breathing expression of our values. It's a way to allow us to pool risks and share rewards between us all. It's an embodiment of Labour values, our faith in solidarity, our belief in working, organising and sticking together, our truth that the socialist values of a Labour landscape will never be overwritten by mere lines on a map. So we asked the question last week and the answer came back, conference, loud and clear. A majority of Scots agree we are better together. And from Wales, I want to send them a message today that we are grateful to them. Grateful that they chose to stick by us. And they should know that we will always stick by them. Because we will never play the nationalist game of divide and rule, nor allow the Tories to set our countries against one another in a dog-eat-dog race to the bottom. But we can't deny, conference, that there was another message from Scotland, one that I heard on the doorstep in South Lanarkshire, but one that we could all have heard anywhere in Britain, from Southampton to South Wales. People across Britain want change, conference. They want an economy that works for them as hard as they work for it. They want a politics they can believe in once more, and they want shot of this elitist, divisive, out-of-touch Tory government. Now, it's not often that I quote David Cameron, but not even I can deny that he does occasionally have a nice turn of phrase, and he can sometimes capture the public mood. So in a final splurge of the spirit of Bet Together, I want to agree with him. The people of Scotland really do want to give the Tories, the effing Tories, a damn good kicking. That was a rare, treasured moment of sincerity from our Prime Minister. The PR mask, if you like, slipped momentarily. And so, with reciprocal honesty, I want to reassure him that after the Scots, the Welsh are next in line, with our hobnails tied tight and our toe caps gleaming, ready to kick the Tories out of Wales from Aberconwy to Cardiff North, from the Vale of Glamorgan and Carmarthen West. And while we're at it, conference, while we're in the mood, let's not forget the effing Liberals and the effing Plaid Cymru. Let's make sure we kick them out of Cardiff Central, Arvon and Dinever too. But conference, it's got to be business before pleasure, so before next May, we've got to redouble our efforts to convince people that Labour has heard that demand for change and will deliver it. We've got to tell them that Labour will build the homes we need. We'll ban zero-hours contracts, we'll cut the energy bills, we'll protect our NHS. We will rebuild and rebalance our economy, and we'll make work pay with a national wage of at least £8 an hour. Now, don't let anybody tell you, conference, that that will make a difference to people in Wales, to working people, because we know that it will. And let me show you how. This conference a couple of weeks ago, the eyes of the world were on Wales when we hosted the NATO summit in Newport. It was a fantastic advert for my country, its beauty, its heritage, its modernity. A moment of pride for many of us, not least for the majestic way in which our great First Minister, Carwyn Jones, managed to snub David Cameron in front of a TV audience of millions. But it was also a moment to reflect on the shameful inequalities that exist in our country, in Britain, and in the world. Because the summit was held in one of Wales's most expensive hotels, where the poshest room conference cost £2,000 a night, but one which pays its casual staff just £5 an hour. Now, you'd have to work conference 2.5 months at that wage to afford to put your head for one night on the presidential pillow. It's a small story, but it's telling, and it shouldn't be acceptable to us. Because in 2014, in what is one of the richest countries in the world, that gulf in wealth and opportunity should not exist, and we will not accept it. It is testament to why we need a Labour government, not just in Wales, but across Britain. Now, we're lucky in Wales because we've already got one led by Carwyn, putting young people back to work with Jobs Growth Wales, standing up for blacklisted workers in a powerful partnership with our trade unions, brothers and sisters, fighting for farm workers, refusing to bow to Tory demands that we cut them adrift, defending their right to a decent day's pay, right up to the Supreme Court, where Carwyn's government struck a blow for workers' rights, for democracy and for equality. A devolved Labour government protecting our people. But conference, it isn't just in Wales where people need protection. That's why we must empower England through its cities and its regions, giving them a chance to build the local institutions and the leadership that can defend their communities when the Tories next come knocking at the door. Because though devolution is not an end in itself, it can be a means to an end, a means to revitalise faith in politics and protect the gains that we always make when Labour secures power. So instead of some tawdry trick to buy off backbench critics with a back-of-the-fag-packet backroom balkanisation of Parliament and a purge of Welsh, Scottish and Irish influence, Cameron should heed the words of Carwyn Jones and Ed Miliband and call a constitutional convention to forge a new union for the UK. Because we're not going to stand by. We're not going to stand by and let Cameron shortchange the Scots or deny power to the people of this city or others across England. And I'm certainly not going to stand by and let this Tory Prime Minister or any Tory Prime Minister silence Welsh voices at Westminster. Not on my watch, conference. It's not happening. Finally, conference, there's a confession I want to make to you all today. And it's a big one. And it's not just for me, it's on Carwyn's behalf. The truth is, much to my shame, neither he nor I has yet undertaken the infamous ice bucket challenge. But we can bring that to an end today. Backstage, I've got 2 buckets full to the brim and they've got our names on it, Carwyn. So here in front of all these witnesses, I nominate you, Carwyn Jones. We can do it today or back in Wales, but one way or the other it's going to happen and it's going to be damp. Conference, I give you, dry for a minute at least, our First Minister, my great friend, Carwyn Jones.